Howdy. We're going to finish up forensics. We're back with video 3. Again, this is going to be a quick overview. The slides are all here. I'm just not going to go into detail. You may have one question on the final, and if you do, you listen to the video, you're probably going to get it correct. Okay, so we're talking about host forensics, how we check file systems, check the free space and all this, slack space, hidden attributes, streams. Again, most of you are not going to be doing this. You want to come through here, you want to read through it, and what I want you to take away from this is, I don't want to do this. I want to have someone there to do it for me, or I want to be specially trained and be certified to do this. Again, when we talk about the Daubert standard of evidence, first thing I'm going to do if I'm defending, I'm going to try to poke holes in whoever touched that system, the forensics. I'm going to say didn't have the necessary SKEET, S-K-E-E-T, skills, knowledge, education, experience, and training. That's how I remember it. So you don't want to put yourself in a situation where even though you actually may be competent to do the work, I'm not questioning that, but are you qualified in terms of certifications? Okay. You may very well be competent, not questioning that, but you need to have the T's crossed, the I's dotted. So that's why you're going to hire somebody to do this kind of work. eDiscovery is one I've known about. I've worked on eDiscovery systems. They're terrible. I always wonder, where did they get these software developers? Trying to collect the massive documents, trying to analyze them, trying to organize them. The electronic discovery reference model, I used to work quite a bit in this space. I don't anymore. It changes. It's becoming more automated. To give you an idea of how eDiscovery is done, at one time they were paying lawyers, licensed attorneys, $15 and $18 an hour to run this software and have a human intervention when needed. eDiscovery, for instance, I heard of an oil company in Oklahoma City that got tired of paying law firms for their eDiscovery, so they went out and hired away the law firm's paralegals who were trained in this, doubled their salary, built their in-house team, and was still much, much, much cheaper. So I don't know where the state of the art is in eDiscovery. I have worked on systems before. They are more automated. They do the logging and everything, but you still need some human intervention. Okay. So this is the electronic discovery reference model. How you govern information, identify it, preserve it, collect it, process it, analyze it, and decide if it's relevant or not. And he makes a point here about data in the cloud. Big data. I'm thinking ahead. Big data, trying to get all that data. As data volumes grow, we've always had data. We've always had big data. The difference is now we have big data and redundant big data, and it's electronic. We used to have warehouses full of paper. We used to know this stuff. And so it's become an issue in eDiscovery because the legal time frames to responding to eDiscovery is usually very short, down to maybe 3 or 4 weeks. You set a level of eDiscovery when you do a lawsuit, when you file your initial filing with the court, you set a level. And I don't remember exactly, under Texas law, I think it's 1, 2, and 3, but I don't remember the specifics. You share information. If I don't give you information in a timely fashion, I can be sanctioned, which means I can be fined. If I believe and can make a case that you had certain evidence that you did not produce during discovery, I can have it deemed admitted, and beneficial to my side. So again, you have all this ramification of legal headbutting into big data. Cloud is huge. The one thing I can say about cloud, and this goes back to my risk assessment class, if you do anything, let's say you want to leave this class and you're going to start a company because you got a great idea and you don't want to build the IT infrastructure, so you're probably going to use a cloud service. The biggest thing I can tell you is you don't build your own cloud service, and you don't go with like Jack's cloud service, right? You go with AWS, you go with one of the names. Then go down that cloud service and look at their certifications. And you always want to go to a cloud service that is FedRAMP, FEDRAMP compliant. AWS is Google. It's a certain level of security standards. Again, if you have stuff on the cloud, you're going to have to prove in any kind of forensic evidence it hasn't been tampered with. It's going to be much easier to say, hey, I used a FedRAMP compliant cloud service. Yeah, I paid Amazon that, they're someday going to own 90% of the world, right? Because you've got all these legal issues. Again, accessibility and, as he says here, contracts, standards of security, all of this. It's a very complicated, interesting mess. That's why, okay? So I'm not going to talk about it. If I had to do a question, quite frankly, it's going to come off the chapter summary, And by the way, your final is going to be multiple choice so we can get it graded quickly. So again, if you're interested in this, God bless you, go out, take more courses, get your certification, protect yourself legally. Never, ever, 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 ever do anything individually. In Texas, it's $308.10 to form an LLC. You sign as a member of that LLC. Your contracts are you as a member of that LLC, and it indemnifies you and it protects your personal assets. So again, that's the time you want to get a lawyer. That ends chapter 23.